Today on the channel, we got a first-timer in the WWE Mattel Elite line with Lyra Valkyria Elite 124.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Elite 124 unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got a first-timer in the Elite line in Lyra Valkyria. But for all your Lyra Valkyria and 124 needs, better hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And as I said, not first time in the Mattel line, but first time in the Elite line here. As last year, I guess it was 2025, we did get two versions of a main event, Lyra Valkyria, the regular and Chase edition, and you know we'll compare those later on in this very video. And of course, we're going to do this video like we do all the other videos on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's dive into old Lyra. Very cool to get the Women's Intercontinental title. I believe the first time we've had this title in the line. So cool to get that. We'll always remember our first with old Lyra, and she was the first Intercontinental Women's Champion, as we do know. And Lyra, a pretty good performer, I would say, on NXT brand for a long time, and then, of course, now on Raw, as we sit here right now filming this video. And I enjoy her compared to a lot of the other new talents, so you like what you like, you don't what you don't. Not a big fan of those crazy shoes she wears all the time in her interview segments, but to each their own, you know? I'm never... Who's going to doubt me on fashion, though, Todd McFarlane? Come on, what are we doing here? WWE logo there, Lyra Valkyria, glamour shot, Elite 124, 8 and up, you 7-year-olds. You want to handle Lyra. I understand you want to get your hands all over. You can't. You got to be 8 and up. That's what you got to do. New packaging for 2026. We've seen that before as well. Very happy to be here. Very happy to be the Intercontinental Champion. And she's throwing up that, I don't know, that hand signal she does up there. That's kind of her thing. I guess it's the bird flying away, taking flight. I don't know what's going on. And then on the back, got that same image going there. Got the tail of the tape, got the blurb, got the glamour shot. Of course, got the cross-sell down below. Unboxing every single one of these on the channel, so stay tuned. Very end, we're going to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. And it does say Lyra Valkyria from Dublin, Ireland. Do you think she loves Thin Lizzy as much as I do? She probably does. 5'3". The Nightwing is her finisher. Career highlights, Women's Intercontinental Champion, Women's Tag Team Champion, NXT Women's Champion. Lyra Valkyria soared to the top of the main roster, becoming the first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion after being drafted to Raw. Very cool to put that occasion here in action figure form. So I'm here for that all day long, and dare I say twice on Sunday, Todd McFarlane. And spoiler alert, I am filming this on Sunday. That's where about 95% of my videos get filmed. That's a little how the sausage is made for everybody right there. And there you go, Lyra washed out here, and she does have the twist ties. They got her locked down. They don't want her going anywhere. She could be dangerous. I understand. You know, you just never know what could happen. You get those rogue 7-year-olds if you're not careful. We're going to pop old Lyra out of the package. There we go. Twist ties all over the place. And we're saving our twist ties again this year. We will be doing a giveaway at the end of 2026, so stay tuned for that. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to old Lyra Valkyria. Pretty darn cool out of the package, if you ask me. We got two splayed out hands. Might be end up using these hands, do that little thing she likes to do up on the top rope. So we do got the splayed out hands looking very nice. And then we get the one, a lot of people going to buy this figure, I think just for this. It is the Women's Intercontinental title belt right here. Got the white strap going on, got the gold. Looks very similar to the Men's Intercontinental title belt, as we do know. I'm not a huge fan of this design. To each their own. You like what you like, you don't what you don't. I say it all the time. But it is cool to get for the first time ever. Now, no Lyra side plates. And I guess in your brain, you can say, well, they didn't know who the champion was going to be at the time, so there was no side plates. Either way, you could do that, but you could also put this with other performers if you want to. But very cool to get a first-timer in the line title belt. And we just recently unboxed one of those with Cody Rhodes' Defining Moments with the new Winged Eagle belt. So check out that review if you missed that. But here we go. It's time to dive into Lyra Valkyria. And Stuff I like, stuff I don't like with this one. She looks very short, like a young Candice LeRae, very kind of squatty, but she is 5'3". She's just a little gal. She's on that line. That 5-foot line is where you go from little person to regular person. Maybe, but I could almost fit her in my hand, I think, if I needed to. But only 5'3" here, so she should be a little bit shorter, but a little squatty, but it kind of works and it kind of doesn't. It's one of those in-betweeners, all caught in between, maybe. She does look like she took her picture at work, like they said, oh, hey, Lyra, it's your 5-year anniversary at Walmart. Let's go take a picture back by the sign. And she's like, okay, I'm so excited to be there. That's kind of what it looks like right there. Got the hair up nice and tight, looking very good, but a very kind of cheesy smile on her. But she keeps those teeth clean, though, so shout out to her. 2 eyes, 2 ears, nose, and a mouth. Looking good. I'm not sure if I would guess this is Lyra Valkyria on this one, though. I don't know. It kind of looks like, gosh, who does it look like? It looks like, what was her name? Winter for a while over there in TNA. You remember Winter once upon a time? She does have that kind of look to her a little bit there, too. And speaking of Winter, she hasn't seen the sun in a while, as she has got the Sheamus going on here in the skin tone color. Very, very pale. Possibly the palest figure we've had in a long time in the Mattel Elite line going on here. But then you take the paleness there and you go against the bright kind of metallic paint on her top and into this one. So I do like that new paint technology. I don't know if it's new technology, but it's got some glistening to it here against the black and blue. Black attack, always looking good together. Black boots down here at the bottom. She just got some feathers off to the side. Of course, she loves her birds, as we know as well. But not a bad looking figure. I don't know if she's this pale. She is paler, I guess, but I don't think she's quite this pale. Now, verdict's out on that one there. Arm's going to go all the way around for us here. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows, playing some hits there. Some pretty big hands for the small body. She's got 2 gripping hands out of the package. We saw the splayed out hands. You guys know that. Hula hoop up top, plus a traditional waist. Big old splits. No issues there. Legs go up. Leg goes up. Vietnam. No problems. No problems. Thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees. Boot cut. Ankles back force side to side, up and down. Not a bad piece of business, of course, made in Vietnam, but no paint problems with this one. No joint issues of any kind with this one. So if we turn a new leaf, 2026, Vietnam and Kyle's review desk, have we signed the peace deal? Is that what's happened? Have we? Have we called bygones bygones or whatever? I guess so. I guess so. So Lyra looking pretty darn good, all things considered. Just a little squatty, but your mileage may vary once again. Does she fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand using code Kyle to save 10%? Well, what do you know? She does. She fits right there on that stand. How about that? So Lyra, not a bad piece of business for the first time in the Elite line. Going to be interested to see where she goes. Do we get another main event? Maybe a 2-pack with Bayley, possibly in the Championship Showdown. Do we dare get an Ultimate? Could that happen? Guess we'll wait and see. But we know we got 2 main events once upon a time, a regular and Chase edition. Not going to be for everybody, obviously, but pretty darn cool to see. And these heads should pop off. And I could see how well these do look and pair over here. Not going to work so well. The skin tone, totally different. Looks absolutely wild. Looks absolutely wild. So unfortunately, in this instance here, you can't switch the heads. But maybe this one over here. Nope, looks terrible. That the skin tone is just brutal between the two. So she might have been a hair too tan in the main event. And maybe 2 hairs too pale in her Elite, but that's the way it goes. Constant learning, constant improvement. We'll see what happens next time out of the gate with Lyra Valkyria. But this one here from Elite 124, be interested to hear your thoughts. You picking up this Lyra Valkyria? You need this one in your collection. Is this a must-have for you? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. And don't forget Patreon, YouTube channel memberships for even more content, your best way to support the channel. Check out both of my books over there on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers and the Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstars series by yours truly, Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast. Each and every Tuesday, the Kyle Peterson Show, wherever podcasts are found, with videocast on YouTube. So for Lyra Valkyria, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
I'm solid gold.